don't think anything changes. I think your aggressiveness has to be a little bit more disciplined. I got to be sharp in different areas on behalf of the team a little bit more. And just being a little bit more vocal. Not really my first thing to do, but I will sacrifice that for us to get some wins, especially while we can get them right now.
Kelsey, how do you think the rest of the team can use it as a chance to be together?
Oh man, I think it's a perfect opportunity actually. Also think that we got a lot of seasoned vets on our team, so I don't think there should be drop off in certain areas to even have that conversation. So the mindset is that to use it as fuel. Obviously take the preparation we need, but I think our veteran leadership that we have championship winners on our team already. And so hopefully the idea is that to keep that focus no matter who's playing or not.
What has stood out to you with the 2 losses by a total of 3 points? You've been right there, but still 2-2 start.
I think that New York was a challenge for us. It was a test. They're the greatest for a reason, and I think that for us it was a telltale battle about where we need to be, especially down the stretch of a game, about how important it is to be disciplined. Jonquil Jones made really tough shots down the stretch, and that's just been an awesome player. But I think that for us, it was a challenge for us early to figure out what we need to be later to play a great team like that.
Kelsey, you dealt with a lot at a certain stage of your career, injuries, things like that. I guess how do you try to help Caitlin through this? First time she's ever been in the college or the pros.
Oh man, I think for us, it's support system. That shouldn't change. I think Caitlin knows that she has the ears and the eyes of the locker room, and the support that she has behind whether it's us or anybody else. I would like to think that she knows it's there, and to really take her time and make sure that she's well enough to be who she needs to be for us, because I want the 100% Caitlin, so I'll take it.
In these 4 games, what's usually been the biggest difference offensively between when you guys are really flowing the way you want and when things have been a little more broken?
Man, I think for one, it's our defense. I don't know if this makes sense to you guys, but when our defense is bad, we won't get whatever we want on offense. And I think it's just I don't know. It's a tale of 2 battles. For one to work, the other one has to work, and vice versa. And I think for us, we have to figure out how to defend for a full shot clock, because we're there. We're making the stops that we need. And I just think that's going to take another extra effort. But I don't think it's anything that's super glaring that we can't fix, and that makes it even more harder because it's on us. But I think it's worth fixing.
You think that'll be even more important without C-squared the next couple weeks?
Oh, 1,000%. I think right now we got to be as sharp as we possibly can. You lose a lot of value knowing that Tutu's not playing right now, but the idea is that you keep the flow flowing and keep the rhythm going. Now, the idea is that you still want to play an up-tempo game, but we just got to be a little bit more smarter about it.
Have you done anything else differently to prepare for a 44-game season as opposed to 40 and a couple years ago 36?
Oh man, I'm old. I sleep. You don't see me. I don't know if y'all didn't see me at the first game. I was somewhere laying down. I think they're ready for real, man. I think right now a lot of us, even the young ones, just taking time to get what you need, because the playing is a big deal, and then playing in the game, and then once you get enough playing in the game, you got to do the same thing over and over again. So I think rest is a big part of everything we're going through right now. I'll say that for all of us, actually. Mental health is real. Get your rest. Yeah.
Sid, as a leader on this team, what do you anticipate the next couple of weeks being like, and maybe in what ways do you expect you'll have to step up on the court?
I just see it being that we got to come together even more. I think we saw in the New York game, there were a lot of things that we could have done better. In both of our losses, I think they said we lost by 3 total points. So we're not far off from making some changes that could change the end results of games. I think we just have to be consistent. We gotta also not get don't get too high or too low in this league. We have 40 games left. We see the things that we can do better. We see the things that we're doing well. And so I think that we all just know everybody's level will have to go up on both ends.
What were some of those things you mentioned that you could get better at? Just what were some of those specifics?
Communication, ball movement offensively, communication defensively, helping one another out on the defensive end, being a help side, ball screen coverage, pretty much everything.
Sid, in Caitlin's absence, how do you envision your role changing, and I guess how do you embrace the challenge of that?
I don't know. I'm just the kind of person I just stay ready, so I don't have to get ready. If my name is called, I'll be ready. If it's not, I'll be ready to support and be vocal. That's what I do. That's who I am.
How do you think your career just to this point, you play everywhere, done tons of different roles to prepare you to stay ready? People say that, and I'm like, is it that easy as a pro, or how do you?
No, it's not. It's not. You can go several games, DMPs. You can get minutes at the end of a game in the fourth quarter and need to be warm and ready. It's your job though. be a professional, stay ready for when your time is called.
Kelsey was just telling us a key part of you guys playing your best on offense is your defense being at its best. What do you feel like you guys need to do better on that end to get flowing the way you want on offense?
Well, I mean, like our first line of defense is always like our shot selection and live ball turnovers. Like we don't want those. It makes our life very difficult, especially against teams that really want to run. But yeah, our transition defense is just a matter of us, stopping the ball early, getting back, communicating. If we got mismatches, we just fight until we can get out of those and get it figured out and scramble. But yeah, I think those are a couple of things.
The pace adjustment for you from Vegas to here,
Yeah.
how have you kind of had to work through that so far, both in games and in practice settings?
I mean, we both like to play fast, to be honest. Like, I don't think it's been terribly different in that regard. But this team likes to run more, but like I just want to get it out to the younger ones that want to run. I'll just kick ahead to you, let you run.
Steph, do you know when Caitlin's injury happened?
I don't know when it happened. I know afterwards, we got a message that she had something going on with her leg, and that they were getting an MRI, and then we got the word yesterday. Was it after like the Liberty game on Saturday? Is that her last game? Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Steph, you had a chance to try out a lot of rotations during the preseason. Do you feel like this group is equipped to make a change like this that will get you through these next couple of weeks?
I think so. I think that's the advantage of our depth, right? And we, Sophie had injury early as well. I think it's the advantage of us, the depth that we added in the offseason, that we're equipped. Certainly we'd rather have it early than late. It's a great opportunity for our team to find an identity. It's a great opportunity for our team to play in a different way. And I also think it's a great opportunity for Caitlin to watch the game from the sideline and to grow in almost like a coaching kind of mindset and see some different things that we might be talking about on film, addressing in practice, to see it develop in live action.
You see that from her on the day-to-day? There's a lot of conversations in between.
Yeah.
Do you get a chance to get that input back and forth from her on the daily?
Yeah, for sure. And as players, you sort of see it in a micro, viewpoint. And when you're on the sideline and you're watching it as a whole, you get to see it a different way from a macro viewpoint. So I think it's going to give her a unique perspective, and she's going to come back better, and it's going to help us be better.
Is this a re-aggravation of the left leg injury that she kind of had in the preseason, or is this different?
No, this is a different injury.
Every player you have matters to your identity to some extent,
Yeah.
but someone who has the ball so much is very central to it. How much do you feel like you change the way you play, if at all, now that you won't have her for a few weeks?
I don't think we change how we play. I think we change what the emphasis is, right? Our off-ball actions as opposed to some of our on-ball actions. When we get to our on-ball actions, utilizing our personnel in a different way. You might not see as much of AB getting the ball on a dive and a pick and roll as you would in some of the other off-ball screening actions that get her to that point, or where our shots come from. A lot of times with C and the ball in her hands, our shots are coming above the break. Right now, we might get the ball moving inline to inline when we're moving it side to side. So I don't think it changes how we play. I think it just changes the emphasis on the actions that we get to.
Kelsey's experience as a lead guard here, Sophie's been handling a lot for you. Do you have a sense of how your starting lineup might look or change?
Not yet. We wanted to use today to kind of evaluate that. I mean, certainly Sid's opportunity to come in and make an impact. We've seen that from her throughout the course of her career. I do like the fact that we have her, we have Kelsey, and we have Sophie that can all handle the ball and get us into offense.
She's a player that misses time like every other player, but
Yeah.
has not missed time in college and pros. How do you help that side of her that's going to be competitive like crazy to just get back out there?
Yeah, there's so many things when you think about Caitlin and her not wanting to miss games. Obviously, she's a competitor and wants to play. Obviously, everyone wants to watch her play. But for me, it's maintaining perspective, right? It's making sure that we address this in a way that doesn't affect long term. That we take care of it. Don't over push. Don't overexert. Making sure that we take the long game approach to this, so that we're not having lingering issues throughout the course of the season. And I'm glad that sometimes great players don't tell you when they're hurting. I'm glad that she did, because we need to nip this in the bud. Do you know what grade of strain it is? I have no idea.
You lose a game by 1, you lose a game by 2.
Yeah.
Now, it's not a single possession, but you can kind of look at wider parts of those games that make a difference. What's the explanation of practice to kind of find better minutes so it's not 1 or 2 possessions at the end ultimately?
Well, I think a couple of things. One, we've missed a lot of free throws. One, we're fouling a lot on defense. We're fouling a lot because we're playing from behind. So, our point of action, most of the time on-ball screen action, defense has to be better. Our execution in those moments has to be better. So we're not playing from behind, already in rotation, and then putting people to the line. Our focus when we get to the free throw line. I think we've missed, I don't know how many, in those 2 games, probably missed 10 to 12 free throws. And you lose by a combined 3 points. Our unforced turnovers, our missed opportunities at the rim. So it's a lot of little things. And when you're talking about possession ball games, every possession matters. And we've been sloppy in some areas that we need to shore up.
How do you protect the player from themselves? I know you touched on it a little bit, but like, she's someone who, again, probably is never going to want to be in that position to watch the game. So how do you kind of see if she can like embrace that more, if that makes sense?
Well, I think every great player struggles with this, right? Well, probably every player in general. But, I don't know that we're going to help her see it in a different way. She's going to be frustrated. I think we just have to help her use this as an opportunity to grow. It is great to grow when you're on the floor, but you also see the game at different levels when you're not on the floor. You see it at one level or two levels when you're on the floor, and it's you often equip it to sort of being in a coach's mindset, being in a coach's viewpoint, listening to us in our conversations, whether it's in practice or on the sideline, talking about like what our emphasis is, what we're looking for, and you see it from a different perspective. So I think we just challenge her to use it as an opportunity for growth. It gives our team an opportunity to grow and learn how to play without her on the floor, so that when she gets back, we're going to be that much better.
Have you decided if she'll travel during this time?
That will be a medical decision. I'll leave that up to our medical staff.